People love Kingdom Hearts for numerous different reasons, whether you love it for the combat, the unique gameplay mechanics from game to game, the story elements, maybe even just the characters, the graphics, but for me, a lot of it has to do with the music. The music really drives home Kingdom Hearts. I mean, just either the theme song or just the themes for specific characters, the battle themes, or even just the openings to the game. It drives home and just gives you that emotional connection with the game. And I mean, I really just love music in every single Kingdom Hearts game. They never missed. Which, I mean, obviously you gotta give shouts out to Utada Hikaru as well as Yoko Shimomura. Because those are the two that when you think of Kingdom Hearts music, you're gonna think of them two. There might be other people involved with it, but those are the two that you just really think of by name when it comes to Kingdom Hearts music. But I actually wanted to make a video of my top 15 songs from the Kingdom Hearts series. Now, it took a lot of thinking and a lot of listening to music. I could have tried to rank every single song, but instead I wanted to boil it down to what makes my top 15 because there's a lot of bangers in this. I mean, honestly, I don't know if there is even a song I necessarily hate, because I know people hate the Traverse Town theme, but like, I still enjoy that quite a bit. I mean, I don't really hate any of the music in Kingdom Hearts. But boiling it down to a top 15 was kind of difficult with how many songs there are. But starting at number 15, we got Vector to the Heavens. Now this is, I believe this is actually the soundtrack for Xion when you're facing her in the boss fight, because she has a different theme later, or even probably before, but it's later in this top 15. So she's actually, I think, one of the only ones that has two themes in this top 15, because it's just, it hits you so well in terms of just how it sounds. And when you're facing her in the battle and you hear this in the background, it kind of builds the emotion of you're facing, you know, a friend of yours that is sacrificing herself for you. And Xion is one of those characters that just has so much emotion behind the character in terms of the story it tells, but in terms of the music. And Vector to the Heavens is one of the great songs to start off this top 15 for me. Now this next theme is actually a world theme. This is for Hollow Bastion. Now, when you get to these worlds, whether it was Traverse Town or, I mean, Halloween Town, but you get to Hollow Bastion and you hear this music for the first time and you're like, man, this is kind of nice. You're getting to this world where, I mean, Hollow Bastion kind of starts off pretty crazy, where you see Beast and you gotta get your Keyblade taken away. So there's a lot of just kind of stuff happening in this world to start it off. But then you hear this music and it's kind of soothing, but it's kind of like upbeat as well. But it's really great. And it's up there with one of my favorite world themes out of all of Kingdom Hearts. But next up is Aqua's theme. Now, one thing I really love about Aqua's theme is how it almost sounds like a other version of Roxas's theme, which you could argue, like, through the story why they end up sounding so similar, because they're connected in a way. Now I know Roxas and Aqua have, they technically aren't connected that crazily. It was more Ventus and Roxas, but I mean, we know how this story goes with how people are connected in very weird ways. And every time you hear when it comes to Aqua, it kind of hits you in the feels a little bit, because she's one of those characters that, after Birth by Sleep, I mean, Birth by Sleep in general, that trio has to be one of the trios that I think went through the most in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, quite literally, like, I've never seen another trio. Like, trios go through things, but that trio literally, like, they got destroyed in so many different ways, emotionally, physically. Like, it's just so much happened to that trio specifically that you're almost glad that they kind of get a happy ending in Kingdom Hearts 3. The world theme that started it all, Destiny Islands. You really can't have a top 15 without including Destiny Islands, because this is truly, other than the opening song and the title music, you do not get, and I guess Desati too, but you do not get another just memorable song unlike this one. When everyone thinks of Kingdom Hearts 1, you think of this song. You have to think of this theme, because you're here for about, when you first play Kingdom Hearts, you're probably in this area for at least a couple hours, at least, because you're probably thinking, I could probably grind here. You're facing Tidus, Selphie, Riku, all of them, and just try to get the XP. So you're getting that, you're exploring the island with a little bit that you can explore. I mean, there's not a lot, but still. Then you get to the other side of the island, and then you're racing Riku, and you're still hearing the Destiny Island theme the entire time. And I mean, it's a bop. You gotta enjoy it. It's one of the truly great world themes, and like, it was hard to, you know, not include some other world themes in this list, but the ones I did include are just some of my favorite. But next up, number 11, Secrets of the Night, which is actually the secret cutscene when you beat the game of Kingdom Hearts 3. You're seeing Sora wake up, which now we know it as Quadratum, but you're seeing Sora wake up in this new world, not understanding what's going on. We're so confused, but the music's going hard. You're seeing this new world, which we knew as Shibuya at the time. We were thinking that The World Ends With You was going to get some kind of little collaboration style world, which now we know, like I said, as Quadratum, so it's not the case. But still, this music was going hard. We were like, whoa, okay. But then Riku has a part in this cutscene where they show you Zora. But the thing that makes this, and I almost wanted to put it in my top 10, because there's one part in this song when it gets to this that sounds very similar, because I mean of the implications that it brings. But if you guys listen to the Final Fantasy 15 music and listen to Somnus, the opening to that and the part where Riku steps in is the exact same, other than different notes where it's like, you know, the progression of where it's going. But like, I love Final Fantasy 15, and I also would have loved Final Fantasy Versus 13 if that would have ever been made, but Somnus was a song that was always there from the jump, and just hearing a callback to that in this is the reason that it propelled it in my top 15. And if they made an entire song of something that sounded similar to Somnus in Kingdom Hearts 4, it's gonna make my top 10, and it might even make my top 5 because of how much I enjoy that soundtrack so much. We are officially in my top 10. And the thing with Naminé's theme is every single time you hear this, it's normally an emotional scene, mainly because, I mean, the whole Naminé arc in Kingdom Hearts has always been kind of this emotional thing because of just the way that Naminé's character is. And the song really kind of hits you because half the time you're here with some story elements that are going to get you in the feels. You're either hearing about Naminé for the first time or Naminé's talking to Roxas, but it's normally sometimes an emotional scene, and when you hear that music, it just adds an element to the cutscene itself, and the music is very, very good. Number 9, the last world theme, Lazy Afternoons. Now I know that some people, they hate Traverse Town's theme, and I've also seen people say they hate Lazy Afternoons, but for me, Lazy Afternoons, if you guys have been on my channel and listened to any of my videos pertaining to like the news or even just Kingdom Hearts related stuff, you will hear Lazy Afternoons quite a bit in the background of my videos. One, because it's a bop. It literally is exactly what the name of the song implies. It's a lazy afternoon. You're either just chilling, you know, you could be playing Kingdom Hearts and it's kind of like you're just chilling on the couch, chilling in your chair, whatever it may be. If there was an overworld theme within real life and they were playing that while you're playing, it would be fitting. But yeah, Lazy Afternoons, the last world theme, and I love it. Number 8, we talked about Naminé's theme, Naminé being Kairi's nobody, but why don't we talk about Kairi's theme? Kairi's theme is always nice to hear. It's kind of like that happiness with that person, which obviously, you know, with the story of how it went with Kingdom Hearts and just kind of Sora and Kairi, their dynamic, you always kind of get those flashbacks. And Kingdom Hearts 2 had a lot of these in the beginning when you're playing as Roxas and getting those flashback memories of Sora. And they were playing a lot of Kairi's theme, but just every time you get like a flashback or just talk to Kairi, you hear this song. And just the song just helps convey exactly what it's supposed to be telling. And that's why I love Kairi's theme a lot. Now, number 7 is one of the 3 that you hear right off the bat in Kingdom Hearts. This is actually the 3rd song you'll hear when you first ever play Kingdom Hearts, but it's Destati. When you do your first dive to the heart, you're pretty much doing the tutorial for Kingdom Hearts to get the lay of the land, but you're hearing this ambient music in the background, and that's almost unsettling in a way. Like it's great and it sounds cool, but then it starts getting a little unsettling. And even the battle theme that you hear in the exact same, you know, dive to the heart, but this Destati, just because they played the same exact song also and the end of the world. It's kind of cool the way it happens though, because like you hear the song when you begin the game and you also hear the song when you're kind of at the tail end of it. But it's a good track to hear, it is. Now number 6 is Chikai, but honestly you could probably put Don't Think Twice in here, but I enjoy Chikai way more than Don't Think Twice, just from the flow of the song and kind of getting the true words of what Utada Hikaru was saying. But this song, when you first heard it, it was in a trailer to Kingdom Hearts 3. We ended up hearing Chikai, but as well as Don't Think Twice. I think we heard Don't Think Twice first, but this was a theme ongoing in Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers, at least, because every time you would have these subtle gameplay and all that, and they would show off stuff, but then it would get to the meaty kind of just story elements of the trailer where they started showing off story related stuff. And you would always know when they're going to start showing off story related stuff, because you'd start hearing Don't Think Twice or Chikai start playing, which was just, it was great because you knew it was about to go down. But number 5, Roxas's theme. Now I know I sound like a broken record when it comes to this song has emotion, but when you want to talk about a character that is going through a lot and the music, his theme is just conveying that exact message every single time you hear it, is that. Every single time this theme plays, it's normally an emotional part to it. And I mean, Roxas's theme has a hint of just sadness more than anything. There's no happiness with the theme at all. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think the only time there was happiness is when he was seeing Sora and realizing, which is kind of sad to say, but he was realizing that his summer vacation is over, and kind of meaning that his, life is going back to just being a part of Sora for the rest of the time, and he's no longer, able to be who he was. Even though the person that he was never brought him any happiness, because, you had Shion taken away from him, and just being manipulated like a puppet. And that's where his theme is truly just a work of art with just how it's conveyed. And it's another one of those songs that you will hear in the background of my videos every now and then, because I do truly enjoy it a lot. That's why I made it in my top 5. But if there's one theme to beat the emotional edge of this theme, and it is, and I can't pronounce what the true name of this is, but the translation is Song for the Sadness of Shion. It is, in my opinion, her true theme. And this is another one of those songs that play in the back of my videos, and I just love it. Every time I go to, I'm editing and I put it on, I'll just start listening to it as I'm editing, because the song is great. I mean, it conveys what I like to view this theme is just kind of a shattered, broken person. And with the character, when you play 358 over 2 days, you kind of see that. You get this person that, people don't remember, which is that meme that people kind of messed with, and it turned it into a joke meme, but in reality it was Shion was not remembered. No one remembered her until she got that happy ending in Kingdom Hearts 3. But the song conveys exactly what it should. In terms of the great themes in Kingdom Hearts, I'll always think of this one, because this is a theme that's rivaling the openings to the game, which is really hard to do. I mean, to be up there with the openings, which you'll see soon, of my top 3. It might surprise you, honestly. But Shion's is definitely one of the greatest tracks to ever be composed for Kingdom Hearts, in my opinion. And it definitely, for me, in my opinion, is the greatest character theme to be made. The order of the top 3 will definitely surprise you, but I think you know what the top 3 are. But number 3 is Simple and Clean. The very first opening to a Kingdom Hearts, and honestly takes the cake for the very first bop of Kingdom Hearts as well, because I remember hearing Simple and Clean for the first time and being like, wow, this is actually really good. And normally with openings to games, you don't really get, I mean, some games at the time had openings, but they weren't anything like this. But this was a full-fledged AMV pretty much. That was awesome. Now, while Simple and Clean is the OG of the series, and it's one that you'll look back and is one of the greats, Sanctuary does what the opening did for Kingdom Hearts 1, but in Kingdom Hearts 2, way better. Now, I should say way better in quotations, because way better maybe is a stretch. However, that just, the bop and the banger levels just amplified by 10 with this. Because not only is the visuals for the opening awesome, and told the story, for a rechain of memories and kind of got you caught up with everything, but also just the song itself is great. The story it tells within the words it's saying but also the stylistic choice of how the song was going. But to have a part where it's singing in reverse and you're like, what did she say? And at the time when I'm a kid, I'm not putting things in reverse to trying to hear exactly what she's saying, but just the stylistic choices that she made and to make that song is just, it's great. It's amazing. And a perfect way to just open up the new Kingdom Hearts game. But with that being said, talk about like the OGs of Simple and Clean or stepping it up with Sanctuary. Number 1 is another OG, but the thing is, this OG has been remixed. There's been different versions, but it's a reappearing theme in every single Kingdom Hearts ever, and will probably never stop being in a Kingdom Hearts. And you already know what I'm gonna say. It is Dearly Beloved. I feel like you cannot have another track at number 1 other than Dearly Beloved, for the sole reason, now this is my opinion, but this is legitimately my favorite track. But like, this is the OG. When you first pull up the game and you're at the title screen, Dearly Beloved plays, and it's just this beautiful theme that you just hear during the title screen. Before you even click new game to start your adventure, you're hearing this and you're getting used to, okay, so this is the kind of music I'm hearing. It's funny going from Dearly Beloved to Simple and Clean, but Dearly Beloved is so good, and we've heard so many different versions of this, but if I had to pick one version that's the best, it definitely is the very first version you ever hear in the original Kingdom Hearts 1. And don't get me wrong, every other version is great, but I just love Dearly Beloved. The amount of times that I remember as a child falling asleep to this theme, just literally turning on my PlayStation 2, going to the title screen and just leaving it there, and then randomly waking up and realize I fell asleep to it. Or I'll just put it, I mean, nowadays if I'm listening to music and just chilling, Dearly Beloved might come on, because to this day Dearly Beloved is still one of those songs that I will always listen to. And I mean, once again, also, not to be a broken record about this, but this is another track that is in the background of my videos half the time. And it's just nice to think about the fact that no matter how many years in the future it is, when we're still playing Kingdom Hearts or waiting for Kingdom Hearts 6, 7, whatever it may be, whenever they decide to end the series, I guarantee the series, I mean, just look, when you start the game, Dearly Beloved plays, and when you end the game and it's on the title card, or I should say the end card, and where they're showing your stats and everything, and it's like you're finished with the game, they're playing Dearly Beloved. It's the first thing you hear when you get the game, and it's the last thing you hear when you beat the game. Like, the song is just gonna just forever be the transcending track of all other tracks. It was there when the series starts, and it will be there when the series inevitably ends. And I think that's the beauty of the actual piece itself, because when you just listen to it, it does sound like a happy beginning. You know, when you really think about it, it does. But it also sounds like a mellowed out, I listen to this until it's over. And that's kind of how I view it. Everything begins, it goes along, and then it ends. And not to get a little sappy with it, but it's kind of just like telling the story of life, and I view Dearly Beloved as that story. It's a wonderful track. It will forever be my number 1. I don't think there will ever be a track that takes number 1 in my opinion, but man, just Dearly Beloved is my number 1 forever. But now, if you got this far, leave down in the comment section below. We'll just do the same thing we did last time. Actually, nah, give me a Palpu Fruit. Well, not really, but just type that in the comment section. Just type in Palpu Fruit to start it off, but then list your 15 top tracks, or maybe even top 10, whatever you want. But list your top tracks for Kingdom Hearts. If you want to order them, you can. If not, you can just put them in a group of just the list of tracks that's your favorite. But I want to hear everyone's favorite tracks, because I want to see how everyone's lists differ. Because in no way, shape, or form is my list the definitive list, because that's the thing about Kingdom Hearts. Everyone can interpret these tracks way differently. Everyone can interpret just the feel, the emotion they're getting. Not everyone's gonna feel emotional for, you know, a Roxas theme, and some people hate Lazy Afternoons, but that's the beauty of it. Everyone's list is going to be different, and that's okay. But let me know your thoughts down below, and if you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe, and you guys know the drill. I will see you guys later.